Enjoy the holiday season with the Alolan Festivities design, available on shirts, hoodies, mugs even. You can get one for yourself to wrap up nice and warm, or one for a present for a friend. Links to where you can get your own are in the description below. Hey Pokemon Masters, Birdkeepertoby here, and I have a mini Pokemon theory for you. It's not about the epic scale of the Pokemon universe or the legends of the Pokemon world. No, it's about the first trial captain from Sun and Moon and their origins. Before I begin, just a reminder that the Pokemon Sun and Moon giveaway is still going on. All the details you need are in the description as to how to enter. Just a like or a comment, either of those are entries, and the winner will be announced in the upcoming week. Okay, so Ilima, one of my new favourite trial captains, the normal type trial captain who is there at the beginning of the game to teach you the basics of Pokemon battling. But my curiosity about Ilima first peaked when I found his house in the town that he's from. In his house there are trophies and awards of adventures he's been on. There's the Lumiose Gazette, which is a delicacy from the Kalos region. And speaking of Kalos, just upstairs outside his room is a painting of a scenic view from Kalos. And that's interesting because it tells me that this guy almost definitely completed the Kalos League sometime or another. And if you speak to his mum, it turns out that he did in fact study away in Kalos before coming back to the Alola region and becoming the trial captain. There is another character who pops up a lot later on, one of my favourite characters in these games in fact. Her name is Mina, and I love her design. I love the paintbrush hair thing, that's amazing. She is an artist who seems to know about Ilima and what he's all about, his trial, and they seem to have some kind of connection. And you can tell that because, as I said, she's an artist, and the key Pokemon on Ilma's team is a Smeargle. And if you look at the artist class from Generation 6, all they use is Smeargles. Makes sense, they're the painter Pokemon, and a painting, that's something that we've already talked about, a painting from Kalos. So using these little dots, joining them up and reading between the lines, there's actually a story to be painted here. Ilima studied abroad in Kalos, possibly also taking on the Kalos League. There he met a potential artist, Mina. And for whatever reason, he acquired a painting of hers and her Smeargle. I decided I'd look more into it, and so I wanted to look at where you can find artists, the training class, generally in Generation 6. And it turns out all the ones from X and Y are on Revere Walk. It's a route which has 4 artists. All of them have Smeargles, and the reason that the artist training class are all on that route is because it's described as being a scenic route in Kalos, popular among artists. So it seems to me that that picture on Ilmia's wall, that's probably of Revere Walk. And it gets even better because then I was like, well, what if one of these artists could have been Mina? And I found one NPC and she was called Mona? Mona! Damn it, so close. But I wasn't going to give up there, so I went to Lumiose City. We know he's been there because of the Lumiose Gazette. And there I went to the Lumiose Museum, the home of art in Kalos, and had a look at some of the paintings myself. And there I saw one of Revere City. I'm definitely butchering these French pronunciations. And that's when I remembered, Mina is also a trial captain, and she is the captain of the fairy-type Pokemon. And if there's a home of fairy-type Pokemon in Kalos, it's Revere City. And so I thought maybe that's where she's from. I mean, especially when you look at the skin tone difference between Mina and Ilima, clearly Mina is not from Alola. And if she was an artist in Kalos, then there's a good chance that she had a Smeargle. And sure enough, in Revere City, there is an artist. This character doesn't say a lot other than they're making crafty wallets out of Arbok's shedded skin. So that's the thing, and that's sort of where my investigation came to an end. Maybe this NPC is Mina. What seems certain to me is that Ilima travelled to Kalos to study and take on the Kalos League. Whilst there got interested in art and artists and met Mina, and for whatever reason, Mina gifted Ilima with her Smeargle and a nice painting of Kalos. But you're gonna have to let me know, what have I missed? Is there any connections that I haven't joined up just yet? I'd love to know what you think in the comments and see what you can find in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Also, don't forget my Alolan Festivities shirts and jumpers and hoodies and mugs are still on sale. You can get some for yourself to wrap up warm this Christmas, or one as a present for a friend. So hi, Pokemon Masters.
This is Ash Ketchum. You just watched a video by Birdkeepertoby. That makes you a Pokemon Master!